Of the Weekly Take podcast. I'm your host, Dominic Joseph, and let's get this clicking sound out of the way. Here we go. Turned off the metronome sound we had on GarageBand going. Not a sponsor. Anyways, the NBA Finals is today. Today is May 30th of 2019, and thank you guys so much for joining. We're going to be talking about the Warriors and the Raptors, some things that are going on in the NFL currently today. Not really much going on today, for me. In the sports world, to me, I look at these things every week and I try to make sure things are going to be quality and things are going to be what's happening. But I'm not seeing a lot of stuff because everything is really honed in onto the idea of the Warriors and Raptors right now. And to start off, we got DeMarcus Cousins, who is a center that has been, joined the Golden State Warriors this year. A lot of drama with that. Oh, he could have went somewhere else. Why did he go to the super team, the Warriors? But he will be active for the Warriors, so that gives their starting lineup to be Steph Curry as their guard, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green as their small forward, power forward, Boogie as their forward. They could put, Iguodala in. They could put Looney in. They have a lot of people they could really put in. KD is still out for Game 1 of the NBA Finals tonight. Yeah, this is going to be posted the same day that it was recorded. So, when I say tonight, I do mean May 30th, 2019. My prediction for the Raptors and Warriors, Game 1 is going to no other than my guy, Kawhi Leonard. You heard it here first. Kawhi Leonard is going to have 36 points, 14 rebounds, and 3 assists. I think this is going to be a good game. I think Kawhi matches up perfectly against this team. When they had Kevin Durant on this guy against the Spurs, they were up 26 before Zaza Pachulia shot happened. And for those of you guys who do not know that, Zaza Pachulia is a former player on the Warriors that stepped in the way of Kawhi Leonard when he was landing in the playoffs 2 years ago. And ever since then, their bad blood started with the Spurs and Kawhi Leonard. I believe there's dirt on both sides, but I'm still going to cheer for Kawhi no matter what. He's one of my favorite players, if not my favorite player in the league to watch, both on offense and on defense. He just brings a really good feel to the game, and I like how he's not really in your face about certain things, and he just does his job. So that's why I got the Kawhi Leonard Spurs jersey. He's no longer on the Spurs, but he's on the Raptors, and I'm always going to keep those memories along with me. My grandpa actually got me this jersey. Shout out to my grandpa for that one 2 years ago when we're the Spurs with the Kawhi. The NBA has recently spoken to the Raptors about Drake and all the stuff that's been going on with him on the court side. This is good. I'm glad they were able to talk to him, but at the same time, let the guy be. Obviously, the energy Drake is bringing to Toronto is helping them, or maybe it's not him, but the fans are into it just as much as Drake is, and that goes to show how it is over there in Toronto right now. Another thing, Steph Curry is ready. Klay Thompson is ready. All these players are, Klay Thompson's so ready that he's not even watching or listening to Drake. He's like, I'm not in the mood for Drake right now. If it comes up, I'm just going to skip it. That's cool. I like that Klay Thompson would say something like that. Brings energy to the game. Other than that, though, I think I got to go Raptors in 7. Raptors in 7 will win this series. Golden State is going to match up perfectly. This is a good matchup. In the beginning of the year, I wish I could tell you I didn't think this was going to happen, but it did. And, that's the one thing I dislike about the NBA is that, I could kind of tell you who's going to be in the finals. And that's a little, you can get hurt at that, but it's entertaining, to say the least, And same thing could be with the AFC thing in the NFL. Everyone kind of knows New England's going to be there, but we try to think, oh, maybe Pittsburgh can do it. Maybe fucking Kansas City can do it. It didn't happen this year. New England ended up winning this year, and that was no fun for New England fans, but I can respect that they're, a great team, but I'm not a fan of them. Moving into the next part, though, Rockets could blow up the roster in the Western Conference side of things. James Harden, Chris Paul, Capella, nobody's safe. D'Antoni even went and said he's as far as saying he doesn't want to do contract talks. He just wants to straight up go into his final contract year and be a free agent next year. Good for him. The Rockets have these pieces, and they're just not doing anything with it. And why try to be the number 1 seed or why try to be the team in the West if you can't even get past the Warriors? So I think that's their mindset going into it. We can't beat the Warriors, so we'll just blow up the roster, build up, and by the time they're on their down end, we'll be the good team. Maybe that's what they're thinking. But yeah, I think that's, could be good for the Rockets to blow up the roster, even if James Harden's got to go somewhere. If he goes to LA, There's no story of it, but I'm drawing it up right now. What if James Harden goes to, I almost said to LeBron, to the Lakers? What's to say that would stop? Who would stop those guys? Or if, Klay Thompson goes to the Lakers and James Harden, it just brings a dilemma and a good dilemma for the NBA, I believe. Speaking of LeBron, his son and Dwayne Wade's son are going to be teammates at Sierra Canyon in California this year, and that will be really cool to see those two play. And I saw a picture of those two on Bleacher Report when they're in their dad's Cavs gear stuff on the court. It looked pretty cool. Like I could see them in the NBA. That's pretty cool. I like that. And then, back to the Warriors and Raptors, man. Here's the thing. I know I'm really cheering for the Raptors here because they're the underdog, but I truly believe they have a chance. If their bench could come in and play the way they did these past couple games, hit clutch shots, get offensive rebounds, that is going to be the key. And locking down on defense. Steph is going to get his points, but if you can limit him to 28 and not let him get 36, those 6 points could be you got to make your free throws, man. Every free throw is going to count in the finals tonight, and I believe it's going to come down to offensive rebounds, turnovers, and just converting on your free throws. You can't go 0 for 2. Definitely don't want to go for 1 for 2, but try to get 2 for 2. They're free. Bend that elbow, boom, 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 boom. You're in. I don't know if I would have made that, but tuck your elbow in, bend your knees. It's things that you got to remember as an NBA player, and I know they do, but when you're on the biggest stage shooting clutch free throws like that, it's hard to think of those type of things. I don't blame them. In high school, I could barely hit a free throw to send our practice home. Like, I'm not an expert, but, I know that it's hard stuff, and when there's pressure, just even the pressure of, all right, Dom, you make these last 2 free throws, we get to go home. That was enough pressure for me to just forget to bend my knees, tuck my elbow in, and everything. But besides the NBA, I know this is going by really fast, and I'm talking really fast because I am actually in the process of moving out. I kind of kept my studio ready, but I'm taking off all my stuff off my walls today, and I'm moving out. It's just not, good. It's nothing bad. Like, I'm not like, oh man, it's just, I'm moving. Studio will be moved. We'll have a different backdrop and everything. It will be fun. I'm excited. Summer's coming up and everything. Browns head coach says Odell is missing a lot. And okay, I get, let's see, a veteran player. I get if Aaron Rodgers misses some OTAs, or I get if, actually, no, not him. Let's say, I guess I give a pass to players like Marshawn Lynch when he was in Seattle. Like, oh, he missed some OTAs, but he knows what he's got to do. He's got to run that hole, run this hole. And I the same thing could go for any veteran player. But when you're a new player coming into a new offense, you got to be at, the practices, the meetings and everything, and learn these people and get this chemistry. I know you and Baker may have this chemistry already, Odell, but you got to be there, man, and just be there, be that role model for these people. And if you're going to be that leader that you said you wanted to be in Cleveland, you got to show up. Jaguars on the AFC side of things, Browns are also on the AFC. Jags add Terrell Pryor. This could bring some depth. He could play quarterback. He could play wide receiver. He's good on special teams. I think he is going to bring some good diversity to the Jaguars this year. For those of you guys who don't know, Terrell Pryor is like a big guy who could play quarterback and wide receiver. On the other AFC side of things, I know there's a lot of AFC. I think I only got AFC things on here today. Yeah, there's only AFC things. So, Broncos extend Chris Harris Jr. Excellent. Their defense is going to be probably their backbone of their team. I think that's going to be the better side of the ball for them. Chris Harris Jr. is a cornerback, and he's the guy who defends the passes and all that. Earl Thomas is looking good in the comeback with the Ravens. I saw some footage on the Ravens' Instagram, and I think he's looking great. He looks cool in purple and white and black, but it just looks so much different. I'm so used to Earl Thomas and blue. I'm from the Seattle area, and to see him, I still cheer for Seattle, and I'm always going to cheer for Seattle, but to see him in those colors, it's like, as a Ravens fan, I'm super excited, but as a Seahawks fan too, I'm like, damn, that doesn't look as good. To me as a Ravens fan, it does, but if that makes sense, it's just, I'm in this weird hoopla. Browns eager for good dose of OBJ and minicamp. They're eager to get him back, and like I was saying before, they got to have him back. And free agent defensive tackle Gerald McCoy wraps up visit with Baltimore. Ravens are optimistic about signing him. If they were to sign him, it could it's going to kind of hurt them in the salary cap run a little bit. Salary cap, to help them sign more people, get better players, and they don't know if they want to make a run for it right now. The division is up for grabs. Cleveland is good. Pittsburgh's good. Bengals they're like the new Browns of the AFC North. And, he left without a deal on Wednesday, and he plans on going to Carolina to get some deals. But other than that, he's out there doing his thing, and hopefully the Baltimore Ravens get him, and, him with Brandon Williams and Michael Pierce and that linebacker core that I know they're going to make good with Onosor, Marlon Humphrey on the edge, Earl Thomas behind him, Tony Jefferson. This Ravens defense is built with playmakers. They did lose Zadarius Smith and Terrell Suggs this year, but this is going to be a good signing if they're able to get it. But if not, they will make things work. They are, 1 or 2 in rush defenses, and I think they'll be perfectly fine. But that does it for episode 33 today. It was been a 10-minute episode. I think this might have been the shortest episode, but I got to give you guys my insights and everything, and these clips will be cut up and put on the YouTube and put on the Instagram. But again, thank you guys so much for listening. I'm actually going to, take the mic off the stand today and hold it, just with my fist. Thank you guys so much for listening, and it means the whole world that you guys, listen to Weekly Take, and Weekly Take is definitely getting more and more better. DJP as well, and I wouldn't be here without you guys listening, and I want to thank you if I haven't thanked you personally. I'm thanking you right now on the podcast, and anything you guys ever want to talk about on this podcast, please let me know. Send me some questions, call me up, be like, Dom, what do you think? It's just my thing. Give me a follow, give me a like, let me know that you're watching. I'm going to do this regardless if you do or not, but thank you guys so much, and have a fantastic Friday and a great weekend.